Episode 25, The Root Layer Growing Underground for a Resilient Food Forest. Welcome back to EcoAlchemy. In our last episode, we explored the vibrant herbaceous layer, which adds color, flavor, and diversity to your food forest. Today, we'll journey underground and unearth the secrets of the root layer, a vital component for soil health and food forest resilience. Roots do much more than just grow food, acting as the foundation for nutrient-rich, fertile soil. Together, we'll uncover practical strategies to enhance soil health while creating a thriving underground network for your forest garden. Let's dig right in. The root layer comprises everything happening below the surface. These underground powerhouses anchor your soil, store essential nutrients and water, and create natural channels for air and water to flow. Not to mention, they provide some of the most valuable foods: carrots, beets, sweet potatoes, and more. For permaculture students, it's essential to view roots as a wider ecosystem solution. Beyond their role in providing food, roots improve soil structure, prevent erosion, and even enhance biodiversity underground. This layer connects the entire forest ecosystem, making it one of the most functional, and yet often overlooked, elements of food forest design. Think of the root layer not just as a source of nutrition for yourself, but as nourishment for the soil. Soil health begins below the surface, and every root you grow contributes to that. When planning for the root layer, aim for a balance between edible crops and soil-building perennials that offer long-term benefits. Let's break this down into two categories. Edible roots. These include favorites like carrots, radishes, turnips, and sweet potatoes. Not only are they great for your kitchen, but they also add organic matter to the soil as their leaves shed and decay. Nutrient-storing perennials. Perennials like comfrey, artichokes, and chicory play a critical role in regenerating soil health. Their deep roots bring up nutrients from subsoil layers, improving the fertility of your topsoil. These plants are workhorses of the root layer. In a dry climate, such as Arizona, focus on drought-tolerant species like sweet potatoes, onions, and Jerusalem artichokes. These hardy crops survive tough conditions and enrich your soil at the same time. Good soil preparation is the first step to a productive root layer. Roots thrive in loose, well-aerated soil that allows them to grow freely and absorb nutrients. Here's a practical step-by-step guide to prepare your beds. Step 1. Loosen the soil. Use a garden fork or broad fork to break up soil compaction. Aim to go deep without overturning the soil layers to preserve microorganisms that maintain the soil's health. Step 2. Enrich with nutrients. Add compost or well-aged manure to your soil. Organic matter boosts microbial activity, ensuring your roots are growing in nutrient-dense conditions. Step 3. Overcrowding stunts root growth. Space plants thoughtfully, leaving enough room between them as you sow, enabling each plant to develop fully without competing for resources. Step 4. Maintain aeration. Add mulch to your beds after planting. This prevents the soil from compacting under heavy rains and keeps it cool in hot weather. Always keep in mind, healthy soil means healthy roots, and the health of your entire food forest depends on this foundation. Some plants don't just survive in tough soils, they transform them. Deep-rooted plants like comfrey, chicory, and dandelions are exceptional at breaking up compacted soil, drawing nutrients from the subsoil, and improving drainage. For example, comfrey, often referred to as the permaculture plant, comfrey can dig down several feet with its taproots. Once established, it captures potassium and phosphorus and makes them available to nearby plants when its leaves decompose into mulch. Chicory. It works similarly, with deep roots that create pathways for air and water. Grow it in areas where soil is hard to penetrate. Planting a diverse mix of deep-rooted species not only supports your food forest's overall health, but also minimizes labor-intensive processes like manual aeration. Growing root crops is rewarding, but harvesting them can be just as satisfying, if you get it right. Follow these tips to get the best results and preserve your soil health. 1. Gentle harvesting. Use a fork to loosen the soil around your root vegetables rather than yanking them out. This ensures you don't damage the roots or disrupt the soil structure too much. Proper storage. Once harvested, roots like carrots and potatoes need to be kept in a cool, dark place with good ventilation. Proper storage can extend their shelf life for months, making the effort you put into growing them worthwhile. 3. Post-harvest care for soil. After harvesting, replenish the area with some organic matter and mulch. This prepares the soil for the next planting season and ensures no organic opportunity is wasted. While the root layer is vital, it does come with its share of challenges. Here's how to troubleshoot common issues. Compacted soil restricts root growth, limiting access to water and nutrients. Combat compaction with regular mulching and by planting deep-rooted crops to continuously loosen the soil naturally. Pests like root maggots or nematodes can damage your crops. Prevent infestations by rotating your crops yearly and introducing companion plants like marigolds. These pest-repelling plants act as living safeguards for your root layer. Watch for signs of unhealthy roots, such as stunted growth or discoloration. Address deficiencies by applying compost tea or organic foliar sprays to keep root development strong. To truly master the root layer, adopt an experimental mindset. In my recent test, I planted carrots, radishes, and onions together. The radishes were quick to mature, while the carrots took more time, making it clear which crops work best side by side. Experimentation teaches resilience. For example, planting short-term crops with slow-growing perennials ensures your beds remain productive throughout the season. Sharing these lessons and strategies with your permaculture peers can create a collaborative learning experience for all. Permaculture is fundamentally about working with nature rather than against it. The root layer exemplifies this principle. It teaches us patience, observation, and respect for the hidden, life-giving activity beneath the surface. As permaculture students, think beyond immediate food production to the larger role of roots in ecosystem health. Every carrot you harvest or comfrey patch you plant is a step toward being a better soil steward. By prioritizing soil health and incorporating practices like mulching, crop rotation, and companion planting, the root layer becomes a tool for both nourishment and sustainability. In our next episode, we'll turn our attention to the ground cover layer. Plants that protect soil from erosion, suppress weeds, and act as living mulch to maintain healthy soil conditions. Ground covers armor your soil while adding aesthetic and functional value to your food forest. As we build your food forest layer by layer, always consider how each decision impacts the overall health of your system. Your soil is your partner, not just a resource. Thank you for joining me today. If you have any tips, stories, or favorite root crops you love, share them in the comments below. Let's grow together one layer at a time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone passionate about creating a sustainable future. See you next time.